Chairman David Prend of the E.O. Wilson Biodiversity Foundation Board defines biodiversity as both a practical necessity and a spiritual underpinning of human existence. He further explains that all organisms on our planet rely on the complex web of life for physical resources essential to survival: air, water, food, and a healthy environment. The human species is no exception, and unfortunately, our actions have upset the very balance of the global ecosystem. In the novel The Diversity of Life, renowned researcher and naturalist E.O. Wilson describes the threats and human impact on biodiversity. He additionally provides valuable solutions that are necessary to restore and protect this irreplaceable resource. In Ecuador, within the foothills of the Andes, a small forest called Centinela lies full of healthy populations and abundant resources. Flash forward a few months where deforestation extinguished a multitude of endemic flora, including rare orchids and epiphytes. Centinela was converted to farmland and nearly 90 species of unique plants were lost. This tragedy, sadly, serves as only one example of ecological island extinction. Half the freshwater fish in the peninsula of Malaysia, nearly a dozen bird species in the Philippines, and over 40 species of tree snails in Oahu have also vanished. Overall, extinction rates are rising dramatically and have been since the beginning of colonization. The mass destructions of large mammals like bison, mammoths, camels, rhinos, and marsupial lions occurred across the continents with the arrival and influence of humans. The expansion of humans coincides with increased habitat loss, habitat degradation, and extinction rates. E.O. Wilson illustrates this principle with more examples, stressing the importance of every organism, large and small. 1/5 of global bird species have been eliminated in the past 2,000 years. Today, 11% of the remaining species are endangered. In 1987, over 30% of Germany's invertebrate species were declared threatened. Air pollution from humans has also caused the fungi species of Western Europe to decline by 50% in the last 60 years. Even recently, the mass extinction of cichlid fishes in Lake Victoria occurred from invasive species, pollution, and/or eutrophication. The catastrophes are endless. But what can we do? Wilson suggests and elaborates on 4 simple resolutions. 1. Surveying the wildlife of the world. Biologists only have a small idea of how many species there really are. By discovering and classifying all species, the research can be used to progress organism-specific and region-specific conservational approaches. 2. Creating biological wealth. There are numerous ecosystem services provided by communities of species, such as timber, crops, medicines, and tourism. Managing land along with expanding the economic potential of ecosystems will help protect them due to the value they hold. 3. Promoting sustainable development. Smart growth is a great example of sustainable development. People in third world countries don't have access to basic food, housing, healthcare, and education. They lack access to markets and are experiencing rapid population growth. Their only option is to get everything they can out of their immediate biological resources. This often means hunting all animals in the area and clear-cutting forests that cannot be regrown. Developing these regions sustainably, along with making developed countries more energy efficient, will help protect the environment and biodiversity. Lastly, saving what remains. We have no way of bringing back extinct species. It is vital that we defend nature and its organisms before it is too late. Biodiversity has both intrinsic and instrumental value. The threats to biodiversity are ever present, but it is essential that we preserve the richness of life. In the words of E.O. Wilson, biodiversity is the totality of all inherited variation in the life forms of Earth, of which we are one species. We study and save it to our great benefit. We ignore and degrade it to our great peril.